Hello everyone and welcome to another Timeless video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Winota deck in Timeless. Now it's been a long time since I've casted Winota. So it got banned in Historic, and then it got banned on Standard, then it got banned on Pioneer and Explorer, so the only place to actually play this card is Timeless. So this version of Winota deck is going to function very similar to Death and Taxes. It's not going to be Death and Taxes entirely, but we do play some Death and Taxes cards to safely deploy our Winota so that we can get some Agent of Treacheries out and steal our opponent's stuff. So the Death and Taxes cards we're going to be playing are 4 copies of Giver Runes so that we can protect our future cards. And if it does eat a Fatal Push, that's great, because that means your Winota isn't going to get Fatal Pushed. And we play 4 copies of Juggernaut Peddlers so that we can clear a path for Winota, or if opponent's playing a combo deck, we can also get rid of that as well. And we also play 2 copies of Anointed Peacekeeper so that we can tax our opponent a little bit. And considering that this is also a human, which means that if the Winota does hit the Anointed Peacekeeper, that means your future turn for the Winota will be protected since you've now taxed that card. And the non-human creatures we're going to be playing are, of course, Giver Runes. We also have 3 copies of Ragavan, which also pairs up pretty nicely with Giver Runes, since if you play the Giver Runes on turn 1, now they have to get rid of the Giver Runes, especially if you went first. Then Ragavan can dash in safely. And you also have 4 copies of Deathray Shaman, which can also ramp you to Winota as well, but it can also act as a Graveyard Hate at the same time. And for our 2-drop, we have 4 copies of Orcish Bowmaster, which is actually gonna be one of the best creatures for enabling our Winota, since it's creating 2 bodies in 1 and also acting as a removal spell and a way to tax your opponent in drawing a bunch of cards. And for our 3-drops, we have 3 copies of Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which also goes very nicely with Agent of Treachery because you can start copying the Agent of Treacheries. And lastly, we have 3 copies of Seasoned Pyromancer, which can also create 2 elementals for our Winota. So having said that, we're going to be jumping into some Timeless Best of 1 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. All right. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is certainly a risky keep. No 1-drops. I could kind of like stall out with the Juggernaut Peddler, I guess. I'm hoping that's how it pans out here. An opponent being like a combo deck or something like that. Oh no. Oh no, it's one of these decks. So hopefully we draw land and they don't have much in their hand, hopefully. Like, as long as they don't have double aura cards, like, we should be able to stall it out, I guess. Oh, they have Slip Out the Back. Opponent has Slip Out the Back. Hey, come on, give me a land. Give me a land here. Come on. Land. Land me or a 1-drop. Okay. That's a good card. Okay, they expect an Orcish Bowmaster, so they don't attack. Hey, come on, give me a land. Nice. Very nice. So, the card in their hand is a land. Do we care if they play a Juggernaut? I don't think I do. I think I just want to get the Winota out as soon as possible, right? I think that's the plan here. I think that's the plan. Okay, opponent plays a Juggernaut. We're gonna bottom We're gonna bottom Anointed Peacekeeper and a copy of Winota. That's exactly what we wanted. We're gonna attack all. We do hit Juggernaut. Nice. Okay. I think we did win this one. Yeah? I think it's safe to say we won this one. So yeah, that is the power of Juggernaut Peddler, especially going first. Because you can, like, pick apart their hand. So we wanted to play against a combo deck, and we actually did play against a combo deck. We prevailed. Okay, well, that's a game over. Even if they slip out the back, I mean, doesn't matter. Easy game. Plain, mountain, swamp. I'll keep. I'll go with Giver Rune first, instead of, I mean, I'm gonna go with Plain first. I want to increase my chance of drawing a land. Then we'll grab Godless Shrine. Let's take a look at their hand. Okay, so they got quite the hand, don't they? What? Like, this is like 3 combos in 1. Am I crazy, or is it actually Brainstorm? Take away the Brainstorm. This is hard, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna take away the Brainstorm. Because I can Anointed Peacekeeper the sneak attack. And we'll just attack with this. We don't really need to protect the Juggernaut. Okay. Then we're gonna grab a Blood Crypt. Hit them for 3. Luxac, drawing a Brainstorm there. Okay, so we're gonna have to Anointed Peacekeeper, the sneak attack there. But we're in a pretty good position, unless they have some removal spells, but they also have to go through Giver Runes, right? Like, that's gonna be pretty hard. We are in a pretty commanding position, unless they, like, shock a blue source and then counter, right? That's like the only thing. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is interesting. So, Ragavan attack. So that we're making 2 treasures, so we can go Anointed. Do I just decline? Maybe I decline. No, 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 no. I could just steal. I can hard cast this. We have double treasure makers. I guess it's just better to get Winota here, if we could. Okay. Attack, attack, attack. We steal an Aatroxa. Fable creativity. Well, I can kill the creativity target. So let's name a sneak attack. So they're gonna play the Fable. They're not gonna block with it, and we're going to sword. Or they're just going to creativity now, and we get to sword. Boop. Okay, next game. Okay, so we have a Ragavan, give her runes. Is this keepable? It's kind of weak to Bowmaster, right? I'll try. Okay, Ragavan, turn 1. Don't like to see that. Don't like to see Ragavan turn 1. I'm surprised this happened. What the heck? Okay, opponent got me. Like, I don't know what to say. That's insane. Monstrous Rage. So, how do I beat a Ragavan with Monstrous Rage? Oh, here it is. Okay. So... we're gonna fetch a swamp. We're gonna charge in the Ragavan. And we're gonna steal a shock. Boom. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, Ragavan is so broken. That is insane. Okay, opponent, calm down. Like, you can't just do that again. Like, that's not fair, right? Oh my god. No shot. No shot, you just got giver runes. Well, we're gonna die. That's fun. Why do you have a Phoenix chick? Opponent, why do you have a Phoenix chick? I actually have to take the Phoenix chick. Wow. That giver of runes, man. What a card. Mono red giver runes. Mono red giver runes. That is messed up. That is just straight up messed up. Actually messed up. Wait, what? Yeah, well, I do have to unfortunately shock this in. I don't want to, but... it is what it is. Still no Winota. Why do you play Phoenix Chick? Why? Okay, I don't know how we win unless we get a Winota here off the top. Even then, seems like a pretty tall order. Wow, they got rid of a light up the stage. Okay, this was a really messed up game, wasn't it? Turn 1, we got turn 1 Ragavand. That was attached a Monstrous Rage. That was incredibly messed up. Oh wow, this is a mulligan. Wow, we actually have to mulligan this hand. That's so sad. Yep, that was very, very sad. This one looks a little bit more promising. Are we going first or second? Huh, I didn't really catch it. Okay, we're going second, so good thing we kept this. Okay, goodbye, Fable. Interesting. They took that instead of the Fable. Considering that they also see a Deathrite Shaman, they should have also Mishra's Ball the first, right? Okay, so they have a Shaldra in their hand. Grab a Sacred Foundry for our double red. The Deathrite Shaman doesn't have any target. Interestingly enough. Okay, interesting. What to do? Okay, so here's the funny part. If we get another land, discarding this land means that I can actually put out the Winota, but I think that's a little bit of a scam, right? Bowmaster is gonna be pretty good against their deck if this last card is the One Ring. So I feel like we should just keep everything and attack with this. And we have to make another choice. Do we play the Winota out, or do we keep the Orcish Bowmaster for next turn? Considering that they didn't Thoughtseize me there, I feel like I should just do this and pass the turn. That way we have another Bowmaster for whatever they're trying to do here. Okay, Sheoldred. Okay, so this is gonna be our big turn. Draw a card. Play the Winota. Attack all. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. My Sheoldred now. It still works, right? It still works. The thing is, like, some of these games, I don't even have Winota, and we are fighting pretty hard with just our base creatures. Like, we are playing really good creatures. Is this a sus hand or what? We have Giver Runes, we have Orcish Bowmaster. Maybe it's not. I mean, we can't play the Ragavan yet. Right, yet. We play 16 copies of Red Source. And if, this Giver Rune might be able to, like, protect our Orcish Bowmaster as well. Okay, we're drawing the right stuff here. Let's pass the turn. So this is a Stifle. I think they have a Stifle in their hand. Or a Stern Scolding, maybe? Red Source. Give me a Red Source. Come on. Oh, this is so perfect. Red? Okay. Edict. Okay, I don't care about Spell Pierce. Their Orcish Bowmaster doesn't matter. Ragavan also doesn't matter either. So I guess this is just Sheoldred's Edict. Currently, Edict costs 4 mana. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So how do we blow them out? So I attack with the 1/1 and the Anointed Peacekeeper. Opponent blocks Ragavan and pings the Anointed Peacekeeper. That's probably most likely what's gonna happen. Otherwise, they have to kind of double block Peacekeeper after pinging, so I think I'm just going to do this. Flash in an Orcish Bowmaster. I feel like this is just free damage, you know? And we'll pass with the Orcish Bowmaster up, because this is just too good. Really? It's an Unholy Heat. I see. This is kind of interesting. So our deck actually kind of relies on drawing. Can I, like, force them to block somehow? I mean, the thing is, I actually don't have that many red sources currently. Okay, might actually have to play this Cavern of Souls just to be able to cast Ragavan. What if I actually show it? You know what? I'm actually just gonna do this. To play the land or... And we'll call Pirate. That's right, we are a pirate deck. Okay, they find another Unholy Heat. That's their third Unholy Heat. Quadruple removal spells from our opponent here. I mean, this should be a pretty good threat, honestly. Okay, they had to take 2 damage for that. Like, that's pretty huge, in my opinion. Okay, that's really good. Hoping that this Ragavan connects. Can this Ragavan connect? Also, opponent is dead currently to 2 damage, so... That is so unfortunate. That we can't play anything. Why? I'm just saying, I do play 16 copies of Red Source in this deck, so... Oh my god, I can't right now. Why is this happening? We have to, we can't take too much damage. I can't believe this. Please. Oh my god, it's a tap land. I mean, you know what? I'll take it. It's coming, right? It's coming. Also, the Orcish Bowmaster there was an incredible draw. Okay, even if you have a removal spell, that's fine. This is a pretty good turn. We're setting up for Winota here. Let's go. Let's go. How many Unholy Heats did they play? 1, 2, 3? 3 copies of Unholy Heat. Opponent goes back to 5. This is a hard game. So opponent just shocks, so this is like a counter spell. Yoink. Okay, like that was a pretty funny game, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit short on lands, but we are going second. And these are incredible cards, so let's keep them. If they fetched a mountain, I would have actually grabbed the plains, but do we actually need a godless shrine? We have double red. Maybe it is just plains. Save some life. Then we go Juggernaut. Samwise Gamgee. Interesting. Okay, let's go Juggernaut first. I don't think going turn to Orcish Bowmaster does anything. Okay, so they're missing a lot of lands. They're missing a lot of lands. I think the card to take is Collected Company. They don't have any like creatures to Court of Calling. So yeah, Collected Company seems like the card to take. I'm hoping they don't draw land. Okay, that one's fine. We're just going to Orcish Bowmaster that. Oh wait, that actually doesn't do anything, huh? Because they can just get it back with Samwise Gamgee. Yeah, that's an infinite. Hoping we draw land next turn. Ooh, lucky. They can core for 2 right now. Did they miss lethal? Okay, so we have a chance if we get a land here. Land. Land me. Need a land, and we win the game. Boom. No! Sad. That would have been it. That would have been it. Yeah, I think we lost. They have an infinite, right? Man, we were just one land off lethal. Big sad. And we even Juggernaut Peddler too, and we still lost. Wait, maybe they don't actually play the Cauldron combo. Interesting opponent. A very interesting opponent. So what is the deal here? Yeah, this is definitely an interesting predicament. I actually didn't see this one coming. They get to make a lot of rats though, right? Where should we put it? I'm just kind of hoping that I win next turn. So let's just do this. Because these rats can't block at the moment. And how much damage do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Also, they can't Court of Calling because they don't have triple green. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's go. Winota. Take me home. Let's go. This creature cannot block. The Anointed Peacekeeper, not exactly what we wanted. Okay, Peregrine took attacking. Missed there. Oh, opponent. Well, I still had 5 triggers of Winota. Where are you going? Alright, so this time around, I wanted to play some best of 1 instead of best of 3. Last 2 videos were with best of 3, but I do have the sideboard prepared for you guys if you want to check this out in best of 3. I'll talk about the sideboard a little bit later. But basically, I was looking for a Winota target in this format, but I'm just like, man, like, I just couldn't find anything. So there were some couple of choices, right? We have Ungress Marauders. This can win you the game immediately. There's also the Blade Historian, which is going to be terrible in this format just because this is a Lightning Bolt format, especially if this is going to be our combo piece. This card is just going to be terrible. So that's out of the option, right? So the last card was Agent of Treachery. Agent of Treachery, I had some doubts because we can't actually cast this card, but I was like, maybe with Cavern of Souls and Deathray Shaman, we have some treasure tokens from Fable, and with Ragavan as well, it is technically possible. Well, I just wanted to try it, right? So I did try it, and it turns out stealing cards is in fact still broken. So currently, Agent of Treachery in Historic is banned, and Winota is somehow still a 5 and a card. So the only real way to actually enjoy Winota if you really like this card is Timeless, because this is also banned in Explorer as well and Pioneer. So it got me thinking, and I wanted to try this deck in Timeless because, I mean, technically, Winota is an incredible card. Like, 4 mana is on the ballpark of winning the game. And, I mean, technically, Winota can achieve that, right? Like, if you steal a bunch of cards with Agent of Treachery, even if you don't technically kill them, if you did get the Winota out on turn 4, you could just potentially win the game. Because you just stripped away opponent's resources, right? So really, these 2 cards, besides from these 2 cards, every other card needed to be very, very good. So we have 4 copies of Giver of Runes. This basically is going to eat away removal spells, and which means your Winota is going to be protected in the future turns. And you also have Juggernaut Peddler to also get rid of like removal spells or combo pieces, so your Winota can come down safely. So these 2 cards are basically it. And as it turns out, like, if you do play Giver of Runes, like, Ragavan is actually not bad in an Orcish Bowmaster format, because if you play Giver Runes turn 1, most likely it's going to eat a removal spell, which would clear a way for the Ragavan. So if you play Giver Runes turn 1, Ragavan is going to be guaranteed dash on turn 2, because what's going to happen is they're going to hold up their removal spell, you're going to play a card, they have to bolt the Giver Runes, then Ragavan survives and dashes in, so that's insane. Or if they Orcish Bowmaster the Ragavan, then Giver Runes can just protect it, right? So these cards are incredible, like these 3 cards, and obviously Deathrite Shaman's also gonna be very, very nice, right? Graveyard Hate also rams you to Winota, so that's really good. And obviously, Orcish Bowmaster creating 2 non-human creatures that can trigger the Winota and also a removal spell at the same time, pretty insane. So as you can see from our left-hand corner, as besides the Juggernaut Peddler, these are all non-human creatures. And these cards are just all exceptional. And then we also have a Fable, which creates 2 bodies that are also non-humans. Also incredible. Very synergistic with Agent of Treachery as well, right? And then we have a Swords to Plowshare. We're only playing 2 copies of it. Basically, I chose to play the Swords instead of the Lightning Bolt is because of the sneak attack decks right now. Like, if you can buy a turn with Swords of Plowshare, even if you don't kill them, as long as your Winota steals some cards, like, they're not going to be able to combo. So that's why we see 2 copies of Swords instead of Lightning Bolt, because this version of Winota isn't technically trying to kill your opponent. As soon as you Winota, you kill your opponent by stealing their stuff so that they can't play the game. So I thought the Swords to Plowshare was just going to be a better card than Lightning Bolt. And let's say you Winota, even if you pull Anointed Peacekeeper, this is going to protect the Winota's future turns. And Seasoned Pyromancer, you know, also creates 2 non-human tokens for Winota. So that's kind of how this deck kind of ended up. Just good creatures on the left side, plus the Winota and the Agent of Treachery. So this is kind of like kind of Death and Taxes with Anointed Peacekeepers and Juggernaut Peddlers, just so that like you can annoy your opponent until you get your Winota down. As for the sideboard, this wants to be kind of like a Death and Taxes. That's why we see like 2 copies of Archon of Emeria, Boromir. If you hit a Boromir off with Winota, that means your next turn, like even if your opponent has a board wipe, it's going to protect it, right? Plus, this also counters like 0 mana spells, so like Mishra's Bauble, things like that, or if they're a combo deck, right? And we have 3 copies of Skyclave Apparition, get rid of Necropotence, One Ring, Sheoldred, things like that. And let's say if you're playing against like a pure control deck, like a blue-white control deck, then you can sideboard out 2 copies of Swords to Plowshares for 2 copies of Thoughtseizes. And we have 2 copies of Jarina for Graveyard Hate, and it can also protect you from removal spells, protect your Winota as well. Then we also have 2 copies of Pithing Needle versus Necropotence, Sneak Attack, One Ring, things like that. And lastly, we have 2 copies of Blood Moon. Generally, you don't want to bring Blood Moon. As you can see from our deck, like look at this. We're a 3-color deck. Don't generally want to play Blood Moon. But if you're playing against like a 4-color deck or a 5-color deck, they're going to have a harder time casting cards than you will, right? Especially like when your Ragavan and Fable can also generate treasure tokens to cast. So as soon as you can get like a Plane down or a Swamp down, you can Blood Moon. So that's why the 2 copies of Blood Moon are there. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Really had a lot of fun with this deck. I think the Winota has some potentials here. Like I kind of want to say like the deck is kind of good against most things. Because like even if they Field of the Dead, like you can steal the field with the Agent. And even if they're a combo deck, if they're a creature-based combo decks, like Agent can also steal their creatures as well. And then we also have like things like Juggernaut Peddlers and Anointed Peacekeeper to stop opponents from comboing. So I feel like this deck is actually pretty nice. Like we have a lot of good things going on here. So if you're a Winota fan, try this deck out. I had a lot of fun with it. And before I go, as always, if you guys like the video so far, leave a like, comment below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.